We'll do
that face. Your coolant is boiling?
Yeah, here.
Oh yes, is that normal?
Probably not. That's why I opened the hood.
What do you think we need to do about that?
I don't know. Get a better radiator. Electric fans. Hello! Today we are close to where we were last week. Last week we were going south of 5 Mile Pass. Today we're going north-ish. And we're going up a trail called Rattlesnake Pass. Moderate wheeling, moderate off-roading. Most trucks could probably do it. All Jeeps, you know, some a little more capable crossovers could do it. It's pretty fun. It's only about an hour from our house, just outside of Eagle Mountain in Tooele County, I believe. And we have another family with us, Andrew and Kelsey.
I believe so.
They're pretty nice. We met them on Facebook. He said, is anybody going out to 5 Mile or anything like a month or two ago? And I said no, but we are going up this other canyon if you want to join us. And he said sure, and that was pretty fun. And so we invited them again. I always invite them, honestly, every time we go out, but they have children, so they're more busy than us. And this week they said yes, and so we're coming out here with them. They have a stock-ish JK.
It's about 8:15, and it's kind of nice because usually 5 Mile is pretty busy, and we haven't seen a single person.
For them not having they don't have a disconnected front sway bar. That must be awful. I remember, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's one of those things you don't notice it. Like when you have it disconnected, you don't notice. But when you have it connected, you do notice because you're wishing that you could have it disconnected. But once you have it disconnected, you forget about it because it's just how it should be. I don't know, it just makes it so easy. It's one of those things you don't really realize you're missing it unless you don't have it. I don't know. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
That's silly to think about, but I think that I understand. You forget that it's even a thing when it's disconnected, that even used to be a problem.
Yeah, that your tires are coming off the ground, which that would never happen in this.
Because the front sway bar being disconnected allows one of the tires to drop and the other one to be up, right?
Yeah, it allows more droop in the front.
Because when they're connected, it's gonna keep, I mean, they can move a little bit with suspension, but they wouldn't be able to move very many inches away from each other, right?
The sway bar is just a solid metal bar that can go up and down with the axle. And so when one side wants to go down, it wants to twist the sway bar, and torsion is the only thing keeping those things aligned. It's just a big, thick metal bar. And so when one side goes down and one side wants to go up, it's twisting that bar, and that's why people will break off sway bar links, because they're trying to flex with the sway bar connected, and one side will want to go up and one side will want to go down, and it'll rip off the side that wants to go up, and then you have a disconnected sway bar, so that's cool. But
by breaking it.
Yeah, but that's why disconnecting it is so good, because your tires can just fall, and one can just come up and one can just go down, and there's nothing And then the back sway bar is like this tiny little coat hanger, seriously like a wire coat hanger, so it can really twist and be fine. Oh yeah, another.
Sorry, I saw some bunnies. Where are you going?
I'm taking the hard line.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
Ryan Little.
Yeah.
Like it's not even there.
Oh yeah. It's hard when you first break into it and you're trying not to worry about the bumps and the scrapes and the hits and the noises. I can feel their stress because I remember our first couple times actually hitting rocks and thinking, oh, we're done for.
This is where the built-up buggy rolled and then rolled itself back up onto its wheels by reversing. Right up here on these rocks on the left.
Oh, when we came for Hangover Run, right up here, they tried to go up these rocks. It was all snowy and the buggy rolled. But now I'm gonna walk up these rocks.
This is the one that the truck fell into.
Scary!
Oh, it's not that deep.
Be careful.
I just slide through one of these. I'm like a cat. I can get really skinny if I need to.
Yeah, but can you imagine if one leg fell through, how uncomfortable that would be? So we just stopped to look at that mine. It's covered and barred off, but it's not a huge one. We're thinking there's a big one up here, right? But we were just talking to them, and this is their first time ever actually wheeling. You know, doing anything that's a little hard, you're scraping, you're having to pick a line and hope that it's the best one. And his wife in the front seat was giving me that I don't know about this look. But it's true. It's the first time you do it, you're so nervous about every single little bump. And
every time you scrape, it's like, that's it. The Jeep's totaled. That's the end of it.
Or leaving it here, towing it out. That's
like,
how you feel.
Sometimes I've hit on this where the whole Jeep will get hung up on the skid plate and it does nothing. It's fine. There's no...
Yeah, when we were on our honeymoon, that was our first big time wheeling. We were totally weighed down, on a harder trail than we thought it was.
And the tires lost traction and slid sideways, and so they fell onto the tracks that we were using, and the diff caught right in the center, and then it slid off the diff onto the axle tube. And I thought that was it. Like, I was ready to call in a tow truck and just say, you know, we got to tow this total thing out of here. But it didn't even do it. It barely scratched it. It barely even made a scratch in the metal, and the whole weight of the Jeep was on the diff.
Yeah.
Go slow.
You had me get out, and he's like, is anything wrong? And I look, and I'm like, well, we're resting on the middle part of the Jeep, so I think something's wrong. But sometimes you have to go through those scenarios to feel confident doing anything else.
Yeah.
It's hard.
You have to learn, yeah.
Yeah, you have to be willing to get some bumps and bruises and get past it, not let the stress get to you, or else it makes it not fun. It takes it away.
And the mentality of, if you break something, it's not that you're breaking something, it means that you get to upgrade it. If I break the wheel off, it means I get to upgrade my steering knuckles or whatever, you know, whatever breaks. It just means now that I have an excuse to spend money on something new. So.
Yeah, an excuse to spend money. But it's true, it has been it's been a fun learning experience to realize that's what Jeeping is. And honestly, I bet that's what any sort of off-roading is. I think any vehicle that you get, you're gonna end up in the same place.
Yeah.
It takes a good 5 to 10 times of wheeling and off-roading before you're finally relaxing.
It's nice going up in elevation. It's cooling off a little bit, even though it says 113. Sheesh.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was 113.
This is just a lookout spot.
Point if we're gonna just turn around and go back the way we came, or look on some GPS trail maps and see if we can find a different way out.
They don't want to go back down the same way we came up, so we're gonna try to find another way, a more gentle way down.
I figured they wouldn't. It's hard when you first get going. Like it's evening out, more use.
Yeah, we'll see. This place, 5 Mile out here, is very popular because it's only about, I didn't mean to go that out of gear. It's only about 40-ish miles from Salt Lake City. So a lot of people have off-road vehicles in Utah, and a lot of people have off-road vehicles because they think they need them for the winter time. And so you get a lot of people coming out here, and especially side-by-sides, who I don't have very many nice things to say about side-by-sides, because that hobby for most of those people is just a weekend hobby. Do you think we should go up or left?
Let me see if this is spelling.
For most people, side-by-sides is just a weekend hobby, kind of like taking the boat out.
This has it to the left.
So they're not afraid or they're not really thinking about. You should get a picture right there. Kim's getting a cool shot of these mountains over here.
Going out and getting shots like that. I am so afraid of snakes and other little critters. I try not to be. I understand that most creatures are more afraid of me than I am of them, but it is terrifying. And I hear one noise and my brain is like, I'm gonna die, they're biting me right now. This deer is gonna come and eat me, and it's like, this deer is gonna run away from me if I scream at it. We'll get over that one day.
Just took it out of 4 low. We're going downhill.
Sometimes I like to give,
Oh.
Sometimes I like to give the camera a little kissies or eyebrow.
And a Papa Bless.
Yeah, you need to be doing that because that will be hilarious.
Papa Bless. If you don't know who Ethan Klein and H3H3 Productions is,
Check them out.
check him out. Funniest guy on YouTube.
Yeah, we're not like partnered with him. We don't even know him. But we've
I
watched
wish
him
someday I'll see that.
a day.
But
We've watched him for a long time. And anybody else who's getting started trying to do YouTube or make a channel or a vlog or anything, we watched him when their channel was tiny.
yeah.
Snapping the old pics.
You got to. These mountain vistas are insane. So it looks like we should have gone right up there where it forks. So this is a turnaround, thankfully.
There's a crab zoom.
I hate getting a crap zoom. I hate when I zoom in on crap on accident. Crap! It's a GoPro, it's a hat.
Well, we are back. Talk about the most disappointing things that happens on the trails. Still pretty, we got some good views, but I mean, we're heading back down the way we came. We are back at that one stop-off point. Gonna grab some lunch. Kevin is throwing all the twigs that got on there off, if I can talk. Lunchtime. Little mini croissant. Oh, it's a little close. Got some chicken salad from Harmon's. It's been my favorite lately. Put a little mustard on there. Veggies, which sadly keep freezing. And some. Just getting our Camelback out. But this definitely was an easier trail.
Yep, this is the beginning of Rattlesnake right here. This road.
Oh, very cool. We're just meeting up with it. So now we know.
So we did come back down a different way.
Yeah, because this is the actual beginning, right? We're not.
Yep.
We're past all the hard stuff.
We're like 10 seconds from the staging area.
Yeah, we're gonna turn this corner right up here and go right out. That's what I thought. Very neat. Now we can remember.
Well, it's nice to know that if we are wanting to bypass that, it's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
That would have saved so much time.
So much time.
We spent
So I think one of the biggest things that hold people back, or the biggest questions that we ever get asked, is how do you start it? And it's scary and hard. And I remember our first times going up, we went up once and then wait a month and then go up again and do little tiny things, and we maybe would get discouraged if it didn't turn out how we wanted it to. But you just have to go for it. You've got to look online, find a trail near you, and just start going. If it starts looking too hard or too rocky, stop and turn around and try a different one, or go home and you try again the next week. And until you've done that a few times, it doesn't become a hobby. You can't get into it. It's one of those things where there's no tiptoeing into the shallow end. You just have to leap in the deep end and learn how to swim to the edge. Like, it just, you have to learn as you go. You have to be willing to make mistakes and try new things, try uncomfortable things, try sometimes scary things, but it's such a rewarding hobby, especially as a couple. It is, it's so neat. It says U.S. Air Force on there. Can't see it. Just kind of saw it coming out in Saratoga Springs.
It's so hot. What? They got the green arrow and leave that.
What was that last word?